Hello, hello, my friends. How are you doing today? I'm Anita Kaiser, and my business is Anita Kaiser Wellness. And today I wanted to talk to you about the difference between guilt and shame. And I want to give you the opportunity, first of all, to understand these two emotions, and then to understand the way they might be showing up in your life because only once we're familiar with the emotions can we affect change. So, as a coach who works with empaths and highly sensitive souls, most, if not all, of my clients come to me with some sort of guilt and shame scenario playing out in them. And I know for myself, the burden of the guilt and shame felt like the weight of the world on me for probably a good 20 years of my life. And you don't actually have to suffer like I did. So let's first start with the difference between guilt and shame. Guilt is when we think we've done something bad. Shame is when we think we are bad. Okay, so guilt. As a mom, 8 million things to feel guilty about because I'm not perfect. Some days I was really good and supportive and on, other days, not so much. So there's guilt around that. There can be guilt around a million and one things. And as an empath and a highly sensitive soul, many of my clients feel guilty for saying no. They feel guilty for creating boundaries. They feel guilty for honoring their energy levels. They feel guilty for taking care of themselves. Over and over again, these things come up in sessions, and this is part of the work that I do with my clients in supporting them to release that guilt so that they can say no, do what feels right for them, and not feel that burden of guilt. Shame. Shame is when we feel that we are bad. So, shame can, first of all, shame is a program running in our society, and it has been used for many generations to control us and to keep us stuck in this shame spiral. So, shame thrives in secrecy and silence, and shame is filled with judgment, self judgment, and judgment of others. So, for many of us, lots of different things happen that create this sense of shame. Sometimes it's traumas that happened that we think, oh, in the example of sexual abuse or something, oh, this happened to me. No one protected me. No one was able to stop it. I must be bad. My parents got divorced. I must be bad. A parent isn't able to hold space for us because they don't have emotional capacity. I must be bad. In our business, it's not as successful as I want it to be. I must be bad. People don't respond to social media posts, or I'm not getting enough comments or views. I must be bad. So you can see there's a whole host of examples where this can come into play. And so again, in the work that I do, we change this program that is running, because you may not be aware of how often this is coming up and keeping you stuck in this guilt and shame spiral where the weight of way too much is on us. So, allowing yourself to understand the difference between these two emotions, noticing when they show up in your life, and being kind and gentle with yourself begins to give you the option to change this program. And this is how we live a more intentional, joy-filled life. And if you're someone who right now is feeling a lot of guilt and shame, joy might feel like it's not even possible. But I assure you that when you begin to do this work, regulating your nervous system, noticing the difference, allowing yourself to observe these patterns within yourself, everything changes. All right, so I'd love for you to let me know how that lands for you. Drop a comment below. Let me know if any questions come up. And if you're interested in finding out more about the work I do, you can head on over to my website, Anita Kaiser Wellness, and maybe check it out. And if you feel like called, you can join my mailing list and grab my free tap along to release energy that isn't yours. Because I know if you're an empath or a highly sensitive soul, you're carrying energy that doesn't belong to you. It's just a part of what we do until we retrain ourselves to release that on a regular basis. All right, that's all for today. Thanks so much. I hope you have a beautiful day. Much love. Bye-bye.